Touchdown, Alabama, let's get it.
The process, no one can stop this. Hottest show in the streets, I bet you can't top this. Rammer, jammer, yellow hammer, come see how we rock this. Alabama fans, the best, there's no way you can top this. Recruiting news and interviews, just sit back and watch this.
Recruiting news and interviews, just sit back and watch this.
The process.
Welcome to The Process, Crimson Tide Recruiting. I am your host, Justin Smith, the scouting and recruiting analyst for Touchdown Alabama magazine. As Alabama has turned their attention to the 2021 recruiting class, I wanted to look at some key positions that Alabama will focus on throughout the 2021 recruiting cycle on this episode of The Process. As Alabama's coaching staff has turned all of their efforts to the 2021 recruiting class. But before I dive deeper into that, I do have a recruiting update I want to provide you guys with, and that is concerning Alabama's 2021 wide receiver target, Jai Hall, out of Florida. He will attend IMG Academy this upcoming season, his senior season. He did announce on Twitter today that he will announce his last 4 schools. The 4 schools he will choose from on March 1st. He is sticking with his commitment date at the moment, it seems, as he will announce his commitment, his verbal commitment, on March 14th, and Alabama looks very involved with that. So stay updated with Jai Hall's recruitment on touchdownalabama.com. As I said, he will announce his verbal commitment on March 14th. But to get this show started today, I'm going to dive right into some key positions I feel Alabama will look at in the 2021 recruiting cycle. So with that being said, let's get the process started. The first group I want to discuss in terms of Alabama prioritizing this position in the 2021 recruiting cycle is the tight end position, because I feel Alabama still wants to add depth to the position, but they also want to add more athletic tight ends, so the tight end position can continue being a huge part of their offense and continue to grow in their offense as they continue to spread the ball around with their wide receivers as well as the tight end position. I think this is a route that Jeff Banks, Alabama's tight end coach, wants to go in, and this is a huge reason why Alabama targeted guys like 5-star tight end Reed Gilbert and 5-star tight end Darnell Washington during the 2020 recruiting cycle. Unfortunately, they did not land those guys, but they did land 4-star tight end Caden Clark out of Ohio, and they also added a transfer tight end with Carl Tucker's commitment, choosing to transfer from North Carolina to the University of Alabama next season. But Carl Tucker will only be at the University of Alabama one season, with that being next season, and he will move on from there. So Alabama will still look at some tight ends, hopefully 1 or 2 possibly during this 2021 recruiting cycle, similar to their goal during the 2020 recruiting cycle. A guy to watch out for at the moment is Hudson Wolf, a 4-star tight end. I think he's the guy who's closest to possibly committing to Alabama soon, or possibly committing to Alabama in the next couple of months. He's just a name to know as far as Hudson Wolf at the tight end position in the 2021 recruiting class. So I think the tight end position will be an interesting position for Alabama in the 2021 recruiting cycle. The next group I want to discuss is the linebacker group. I feel Alabama will look at this position simply because they don't want to repeat of what happened last season, where they had to rely on freshmen at the inside linebacker position, especially being the quarterback of their defense. They don't want to have to rely on a freshman moving forward. But fortunately for Alabama, their linebacker group is kind of loaded heading into next season, with Dylan Moses coming back and Joshua McMillan, also Markel Benton, Al Cahoe, Jalen Moody, and Christian Harris and Shane Lee still being around, especially adding on to Moore Kennedy and Jackson Bratton. So with the possibility of Dylan Moses moving on to NFL next season, which is a high possibility at this very moment, and Joshua McMillan only having 1 more season of eligibility left, so Joshua McMillan will most likely move on. Dylan Moses will move on to NFL most likely, and also Alabama could land a guy to transfer portal, or if Al Cahoe, Jalen Moody, or possibly Markel Benton have a huge season, they may move on to the NFL. So Alabama has to keep all of those options open at the inside linebacker position, even at the outside linebacker position. If Chris Allen and Ben Davis will most likely move on at the end of the season as well. And if Chris Allen has a huge season, he could possibly move on to the NFL. So Alabama will look to reload at the linebacker position, at the outside linebacker position, really to add depth at inside and outside linebacker position, not really to have a guy to come in and make an immediate impact. You just want to keep that depth. You just want to keep that door evolving and keep that door open, and make sure you're having guys reloaded at the linebacker positions. Alabama's biggest priority in the 2021 recruiting cycle will easily be the offensive line position, because when you look at Alabama's roster, Deontay Brown, Landon Dickerson, Alex Leatherwood, Chris Owens, all are seniors heading into their senior season for the University of Alabama on next season, and they will most likely move on from the University of Alabama at the conclusion of next season. So Alabama will like to add on possibly 4 or 5 guys, get another huge haul of offensive linemen in the 2021 recruiting class, similar to the way they did in the 2019 recruiting class. They did do well in the 2020 recruiting class by adding 3 guys, but I think Alabama will look to add on possibly 3, 4, possibly 5 guys in the 2021 recruiting cycle. And the offensive line group will be a huge priority for Alabama throughout the 2021 recruiting class. So look for Alabama to load up at this position, similar to the way they did in the 2019 recruiting class when they landed guys like Pierce Quick, Turner Bowles, Evan Neal, among other guys with the Amari Kite also. So look for Alabama to push for a lot of offensive linemen in the 2021 recruiting class for obvious reasons, to add depth to the position once those guys move on, but also give possibly one of those guys a chance if they come in ready to play, similar to the way Evan Neal came in ready to play with the 2019 recruiting class. That would do it for this edition of The Process. Be sure to subscribe to Touchdown Alabama on YouTube. Stay updated on everything Alabama football recruiting with The Process and yours truly. Also download the Touchdown Alabama app. It is located in the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store. Pick up a subscription to touchdowналabama.com. With that subscription, you'll be able to read all of our subscriber-only articles as well as receive our yearly print issue, which we are gearing up to release our issue this year with Tour Talk about Lord Grace in the cover. So be sure to download the Touchdown Alabama app and pick up a subscription at touchdowналabama.com. I am Justice Smith, the scouting recruiting analyst for Touchdown Alabama magazine.